Well, it's still on. The title charge for Arsenal is still on mathematically. Technically, you think about it, you look at that Manchester City side, they're one win away from 10 wins in a row. I think they've only got one loss in their last, maybe it was 25 Premier League games. So a lot to ask for from this Arsenal side, but this is what you have to keep doing. You just have to beat the team that's ahead of you. That's a real test today against Newcastle away. Struggled last season. Obviously, we needed that win to get top four. But 1 year of maturity for a lot of these players. Granit Xhaka, Bukayo Saka, and of course Mikel Arteta as a manager has matured. And I think he said it best himself at the start of the game. Excuse me, before the start of the game, that it's sort of two different teams playing, different feelings overall. You know, you have Arsenal now challenging for the Premier League. Newcastle have flown from where they were last season up until third place. Still in third place, I think, regardless of whether or not this game stays the same today. Manchester United currently losing against West Ham, but I do believe Newcastle are going to remain third no matter what happens today. But look, it's a test. Arsenal have showed up today and won 2-0. A very, very edgy first 15 minutes. I think Arsenal very lucky not to concede that shot from Jacob Murphy that hit the post. No way Ramsdale saving that in his near post. Congested area, he gets the shot away, hits the post. And for 15 minutes, it was all cussing, swearing, and sucking your teeth when you're watching that Arsenal performance. And I was thinking it's going to be a long 90 minutes, but they showed up when it mattered. Odegaard smashed that goal in from 25, 28 yards out, right through the legs of, I think it was Sven Botman. Nick Pope really stood no chance. Again, congested area, the ball comes through. Unfortunately, didn't get the luck that Ramsdale did get a couple times this game. You know, obviously Newcastle hitting the post twice. Gabriel Martinelli did hit the post later on in the second half, but I think especially early on when you're looking to set the mood of the game, you're away from home, you're playing against Newcastle. This is a team right under you in third place. You're challenging for a title. There's a lot on your mind. I'm sure Arteta had another, immense team talk when he sent those players out. But you could tell from the look, from all those players in the tunnel, they were up for it. And again, I suppose the first 15 minutes they didn't look quite like it. Sort of getting run around, couldn't string very many passes together. But at the end of the day, that Arsenal team, they got the job done. 2 goals, an own goal. Again, a little bit lucky maybe for Arsenal today, but the first goal, a well-worked goal. They were patient. They defended well that first 15 minutes. They deserved not to concede it. And at the end of the day, Ramsdale came up big with a couple of saves a couple of times, just like Nick Pope did. Saved 3 one-on-ones. I think the Odegaard, the second chance Odegaard had, you've got to be finishing that. I think that you smash it, pick a corner and smash it home. This little side-footed finish, especially with a goalkeeper like Nick Pope. I think he's 6'6", 6'7", maybe. Big guy. Always has a chance to save something like a close range like that. So, but look, the important thing is Arsenal have those 3 points. We're now 1 point behind Man City. Obviously, a game extra that we have played. So, it's not in Arsenal's hands. And you're looking at this Man City side, like I said at the start of the video, this is a team that is 1 win away from 10 Premier League wins in a row. Those West Ham, Southampton, and Liverpool games hurting more and more as the weeks go on. You have to ask yourself, where would we be? The Brentford game I still think about from time to time, and it's sort of like the Southampton game. You're talking about going 3-1, behind to a 20th place team. You're 2-0 up at Anfield. Anfield maybe a special place, but you drop that 2-0 lead. The same with West Ham. Maybe the most unforgivable performance is probably the West Ham one out of those 3. And you said to yourself, well, that was that falls on the team, probably falls on the manager, maybe not making substitutions as he should have. But when you look at the Brentford game, it's got nothing to do with, Arsenal could have played like shit for 90 minutes, but when you have such a clear and obvious error, you're talking about a referee who just doesn't do his job. Your job is to draw the lines and find out whether or not they're offsides. It's hard. I don't want to get too distracted, but you think a lot about stuff that you could have done, and I think that's part of a team maturing at the end of the day. And again, a manager who is in his first job, and he's 3 years into that job, and I think he's done phenomenally well. You give him another big summer, I think this one's going to be massive, massive. Massive summer to bring players in. Declan Rice having a very good game at the moment against Manchester United. Lots of rumors going around that we might be looking for a wide player. Reece Nelson looking to leave. Charlie Patino looking to leave. Obviously, you want to bring in a midfielder like Declan Rice. Are we looking for another one? Hard to say. But look, at the end of the day, you beat the team that's in front of you today. That was Newcastle. They put in a very good performance. Arsenal did, and Odegaard led by example. Jorginho voted man of the match by Sky Sports. I thought he was fantastic today. Really, really good, showing his worth and why he's keeping Thomas Partey on the bench for the last 2 games, and Jacob Kiwior keeping Rob Holding on the bench for the last 2 games. Very, very good again today. It's almost like a center back doesn't have to be outstanding to have a good game, especially when you're looking at the players he was up against. Gabriel again, very, very good against Callum Wilson, who's an extremely physical player. A lot of physical players today for Newcastle. Sort of this finding their way. A lot of elbows being thrown, a lot of pushes in the back, and you watch players like Gabriel Jesus going down like he does. But you know what? It's a clear and obvious foul. It's a foul before the referee has, it's a foul before he sort of dives like that. So, it's a bit more of, hey, look, you're looking to get a little bit of the referee decision to go your way, but every time Gabriel Jesus went down like he did, it was an obvious foul. He's just going down. This is what footballers do. Don't get me started on Newcastle, or any player in the Premier League will do that when they feel like they've been clear and obviously fouled. But look, at the end of the day, Chris Kavanagh, not the sharpest of referees. I thought he let quite a few things go today. For Arsenal especially, I will say that, there's no shame in not being biased. I like to try to be as honest as possible. And I think in the second half, he let more, Newcastle players get away with fouls as they did maybe for Arsenal in the first half. So, it's 2-0 at the end of the day, and it's 3 points. And again, like I've said a million times already, you got to beat who's in front of you. The pressure's on City now to get a result in their next game, and you hope that God, who are they playing now? Everton? Jesus Christ, I hope it's not Everton. I think it is. You just got to beat who's in front of you and keep chasing down the City side. Hopefully, it's still alive. It is still there, and it kills me to think that Arsenal have to just play these next 3 games and win. And they've gone on 8-game win streak this season already, so why not make it 4? I don't see no reason why we can't do that. Brighton's going to be a big test. Obviously, we've got the Wolves game as the last of the season, and yeah, it's going to be a difficult run of games, but totally doable. Absolutely, it's possible, and hopefully the fans keep singing and supporting the boys like they did today. They were fantastic. Those Arsenal away fans at Newcastle, and yeah, let's just try to beat the team that's in front of us when it comes to that. It's Brighton next, big test, and I'm not defeated, I'm not giving up, but it is hard to see City dropping 4 points in their next 4 games, but you never know. They've been there before. They know how to win it. They know how to win a trophy. They know how to win the Premier League, that's for sure. They're fighting for a treble this season. So we'll see. Just got to keep moving and trust that Arteta can get the best out of these guys. So I do want to end the video there. Thank you very much for watching. If you've made it this far, I do really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and I will see you when I see you.